Hi, my name is Kyle, which you may already know, but for the last 8 or 9 years, I've been doing this web series that I've been calling Brows Held High. I've changed a lot since I've started, but the name has stayed the same. But I've never sat down and really explored the actual term at the root of my show's title. Highbrow. What does this actually mean? What is this thing around which I've built my entire brand? This thing which I've made fun of and promoted and explored. What does highbrow mean? Why do we apply the phrase highbrow to things like opera and classical music and movies that are more likely to play at the Film Forum than at the Regal Union Square? That's a local New York reference there. So I looked it up. Are you ready? You ready for this? It comes from phrenology. Phrenology. The pseudoscience of skull measurements used by 19th century bigots to scientifically justify various forms of institutional racism. According to one-height-fits-all-brow source Wikipedia, highbrow first appeared in print in 1884 and was popularized by a writer named Will Irvin, who I'm guessing was a white dude. Highbrow came first, then low and middle brow, until we had a super easy-peasy way to rank and judge any and all forms of human art, craft, taste, and recreation. See, according to phrenologists, the brow is the center of comparison, the center of taste. So individuals with high brows have more capacity to compare and contrast different concepts, and therefore develop and appreciate more subtle cultural sensibilities, while those with low brows cannot. For some reason! Isn't that a fun fact? Isn't that a wonderful thing to discover? Wouldn't it have been great to have known that before I built my entire fucking online career around it? Why is it always skulls? But lately, this has really bugged me. A lot. Am I perpetuating elitist, classist, racist nonsense simply by implying that there is such a thing as highbrow? I think that's why my YouTube channel isn't Brows Held High, but my name and the acronym BHH. Because I don't know how I can justify the title. Like how KFC can't call the stuff that they sell chicken. It really is a troublesome label. It's a classist label, and a heavily coded racist label. Even though we've mostly abandoned phrenology as a culture, the implication's still the same. It implies that there's a hierarchy within human culture, that there is a high culture and a low culture. It feeds into this notion that certain forms of art, that is, certain ways that people express themselves, are more deserving of respect than others. And taking that implication further, that certain people are more deserving of respect than others. Just because they belong to a certain tradition, a certain culture, a certain society, a certain class of people. And in truth, they are not more deserving of respect or attention than others. What's really being measured isn't the height of anyone's brows, but the amount of cultural capital afforded by the consumption of the artwork. How much respect familiarity with a certain artwork can get you. And what's more, in an age where information is free-flowing, where the old barriers of money and education and other forms of gatekeeping have been broken down by the internet, cultural capital is more available than ever. It's something that you can actively choose to do, choose to nurse and foster within yourself. You are smart enough to get quote-unquote highbrow art, if you just give it a chance. Huh. Maybe that's why the brows are held high. They aren't there because you're born that way. It's because it's something that you do.